Quite frankly, I'm working even harder now with the crew than I was before the election because the true battle is now being joined. Notice Trump's pointing out that the new Air Force One should cost $2 billion, not $4 billion, and it's a big ripoff. And his move to cancel it is only going to illustrate that Boeing, a quintessential American company from Washington State, has basically moved to China and that they need to move back. And watch, I predict within 2 years, Boeing will begin to cancel construction of new factories in China and move most of its operations back to the USA. That's what's happening here, ladies and gentlemen. And as soon as that corporate income tax gets cut by 15% to match China, in fact, Trump wants to go to 20%, 5 below China, it is going to be a giant sucking sound back into the United States. Now, that'll just restore balance. China, again, the U.S. has lost 80% of its industrial capacity since the 1970s. That's a conservative number. Some estimates are as much as 85. But 80%'s gone. If Trump can get 20% of that back, it's a devastating victory for this country and for the average person. And plus the Chinese generals that own and run that country, they don't give anything to the workers. It's not like we're building up China. We're building up the elites there to come in and buy up U.S. assets. So he's playing Japan off against China. He's made all the right signals. The minute he stood up to China and signaled that he would, boom, here comes one of the top guys that runs Japan. Those people have, I mean, the SoftBank group, tens of trillions. I mean, they run the show in Japan and much of the world. And they go, oh, 50 billion, boom, next year. 50,000 jobs, boom, super high-tech development, above NASA stuff coming to the United States of America, and they're going to hire. What do the Japanese do? Unlike, I'm not bashing the Koreans, but the Koreans, you know, basically hire their own people at their plants here in the U.S. predominantly, in all the mid-level, high-level. Not Japan. They bring in Americans. So this is a very, very exciting situation taking place, and it shows that the globalists headed out to get this country. All Trump's got to do is take the federal government's boot off of our neck. Now, I have some big fake news announcements here for you about fake news. Roger Stone's joining us in the next segment to talk about it from Trump Tower, I should add. Boy, if I'm just going to stop right there. He's got a lot to talk about. He's not been doing a lot of interviews lately because he's writing his big definitive book on the election and what transpired. But I've never had the disgraced MSM, CNN, CBS, NBC, ABC, MSNBC, all of them, New York Times, Washington Post, LA Times, San Jose Mercury News, I mean, you name it. I'm talking hundreds a day. National Public Radio is attacking me morning, noon, and night. Everybody I know has family calling them that know me and are saying, this is incredible. We've never heard this on NPR. They attack Alex Jones more than Trump now. And I'm going to explain why they're doing this. Now, I decide, getting in the car this morning, I keep hearing NPR is attacking me on the hour. I turn it on. I never really listen to NPR, except maybe once a month to monitor things, or in some areas of the country, it's the only talk radio there is. So I listen to it maybe once a month or so. And it was Tom Ashbrook, On Point's the name of the show. And I tune in, and this is what I hear. In fact, I've got a recording of some of it, but it was done over the iPhone, so it's too scratchy. But this is what I hear. Alex Jones is incredibly convincing, and it can be slicker, or as slick as CNN or NPR, and he's very dangerous. He's convincing people. Listen to this outrageous lie. And I'm like, the Clintons have left a trail of death behind them and assassinations. People have their arms and legs cut off, and it's been ruled suicide. That's been in the Arkansas papers. That's been in national news. That's been in major publications across the country for 20-plus years. They think their audience is stupid and don't know about, I came, I saw, he died. She overthrew Libya. She destabilized it, brought in radical Muslims. Over 60,000 have died. I mean, did she lie about getting shot at in Serbia on the tarmac and like Brian Williams? Yes. Is there all these other suspicious deaths around the Clintons? Yes. Do they launch all these wars? Yes. You know, do guys in the DNC that leak stuff to WikiLeaks get shot 4 times in the back, and the guy's mother saying he was the leaker and he was killed? Yes. They said election fraud doesn't exist, then came out and said election fraud totally exists. Trump works for the Russians and is going to steal the election. Hillary, so the Russians are going to steal the election. Alex Jones works for the Russians. That all fails. They give you fake polls. They're caught in the WikiLeaks, from Comedy Central to CNN to ABC News to CBS, scripting everything through Hillary and the White House and George Soros. 3 groups are in those tens of thousands of emails. Excuse me, hundreds of thousands. 3 groups. Soros, through Media Matters, and you know, it's in the emails. Do what they say. They're with Soros and the White House and Hillary. So there are hundreds on the death list. WorldNet Daily lists the 33 spine-tingling that are just absolutely, you know, open and shut. I've interviewed people that had the state police come to their house. The guy that lived next door to Jennifer Flowers, want to get him back on. He was on like 20 years ago. He's in the Clinton Chronicles. They broke his arms and legs in state police uniforms and said, stop videotaping Clinton across the condo way, across the, you know, the stairs, going into Jennifer Flowers' apartment. I've interviewed the guy that the state police broke his arms and his legs at the elbows and at the knees. Knocked his teeth out, almost killed him. And by the way, that's who they had killed people, was the state police. State police pull you over, they torture you, they kill you in Arkansas. That's well known. I've had Secret Service on about it. Not all the state police, but his hand-picked goons. Oh, no, Bill Clinton's not mafia. He didn't steal 94% of the money from Haiti. Billions. Oh, no, he didn't fly on Jerry Epstein's plane with the pedophiles. Oh, no, it's not in the FBI manuals that they call child pornography cheese pizza. But see how they lie. They go, Alex Jones created a whole fiction about a lie about Podesta and sex and Satanism and blamed some pizza place called Comet Ping Pong and said some weird hallucination about pizza. We covered the WikiLeaks that had a code about pizzas in New York that's in the FBI file. Said, I don't know what that is, but they say it's this. It could also be about drugs. It should be investigated. Everybody else covered it too. But that doesn't matter. Then they use linguistics and words to go, oh, there's a pizza place listed here. Somebody mentioned it on Reddit. Let's say it's all about this one pizza place to only limit it to that one area, get all the focus there, make them victims, have some very questionable events where witnesses say no shots fired, but the news says there is, and it's an admitted actor who's been in trouble with the law. I mean, the whole thing is classic scripting. I'm not saying it's scripted. It has all the telltale signs. They've been caught doing it before. They did all those fake videos for the campaign with Hillary with fake actors in them. This is what they do. They always say, I said nobody died at Sandy Hook and the whole thing's fake. I said that's what people said. All I know is Anderson Cooper, CIA, got caught in a blue/green screen with his nose disappearing. They got caught doing fake satellite interviews where one's in New York, one's in Connecticut, and it's the same cars driving behind them. That's how dumb they think you are. I don't know how fake it is, but you're a pack of known liars. And your response is to give us the full broadside. And I'll say this. CBS broadcast doesn't have 30 million viewers like they did 20 years ago, but it's still got 4 or 5 a night. That's still got an audience, broadcast CBS. NPR, taxpayer funded, $450 million a year, and then begs for money every day. Rockefeller Foundation funded, all the usuals, Ford, Carnegie, you name it. They have the biggest transmitters on FM radio in every major city of this country, and they do have a big audience. I'd say NPR's got. NPR is the only liberal media that still has an audience. I want to say it's got 50 million people a day listen. That's conservative. NPR is the only big swinging mainstream media outlet. It's the last dinosaur standing. And so CNN, MSNBC attack us, that's a joke. But let me tell you, you get all the broadcast attacking you. You get NPR attacking you. I'm not a drinking man. I'm a teetotaler these days. But this is the time that I might want to get some Dom Perignon out and just drink it, because they held off with their final big guns, their main capital ships attacking us until now. And that means, because they know the danger of sending us their audiences, but they think their NPR audience is so kept, so brainwashed, so shutter-minded, so stupid, that they can actually attack me, and that, like cult members, they won't go hear what Alex Jones is actually saying. But they sit there and marvel. And they go, he's very convincing. He's dangerous. He has a giant audience. He is reaching 30, 40, 50 million a week. We looked. He's not lying about that. And then they went to the real treacherous level. They have a, now let's talk to someone who admits a whistleblower from fake news. See, that's what That's what Beck is now. He's the conservative that admits we're all wrong and that we're all fake, and he goes on all the shows, and they say he's apologized. He's a good guy now. Buy his book on NPR. He's the Judas Iscariot, the traitor, the Benedict Arnold. But see, they bring on another guy who goes, yeah, I put out fake news. Here's how I've done it for years. You know, flying saucers landing, stuff like that. And yeah, that's how Alex does it. So, person didn't work with me. It's just, and here's a fake news person admitting it. So it's one fake news guy on NPR, the fake news king, sitting there on taxpayers' state-run media, foundation and state-run media, saying I'm fake news because I said Trump was going to win. My fellow Info Warriors, I am very excited to be able to announce to you the introduction at InfoWarsLife.com of a new way to save time and money when you stock up on InfoWars Life formulations like Survival Shield X2 and Super Male Vitality. Just go to InfoWarsLife.com today, select your favorite product, click on Auto Ship before adding to cart, and choose how often you want us to send you another order. Every time you choose Auto Ship at InfoWarsLife.com, you get 10% off, and you won't have to worry about running out and having to reorder next time. And of course, you can cancel with one click anytime. As you know, I'm all about the idea of a 360 win, and the new auto ship feature at InfoWarsLife.com is a sure win for everybody. A win for liberty, a win for health, and a win when it comes to big savings. Visit InfoWarsLife.com today and save 10% on your next InfoWars Life order by selecting auto ship at checkout. That's InfoWarsLife.com or call 888-253-3139.